Alright guys, well, welcome to this video. I'm back out on the search for sheds in Pennsylvania here. But this is let's see, I was just out yesterday and didn't do too well. I was in an area down on our farm where I really thought I was going to have some good luck, but it just didn't work out and I didn't see anything. So I am up at our archery club today and I'm going to take a walk around here. We hunt up here in archery season, and there's some area that I want to cover where I know these deer bed. There's some laurels and stuff. So I'm gonna take a walk back and see if we can't find some sheds. It might be early. I did check some deer track right here. I did check that trail camera I had up in my food plot, and I had a couple of small buck on that camera still holding antlers. So they may not be dropping them completely yet here in PA. So if you're checking, if you're finding sheds in PA, let me know, how you're doing, and put a comment down below. So, but I'm gonna get going. Hey, don't forget, head over to the Bout Huntin website, the outdoor shop. Check out the apparel we've got available. We appreciate any purchase you make. Helps us out tremendously, and keeps us doing what we love to do here and bringing you more videos. So, all right guys, I'm gonna go look and I'll bring you along the way as much as I can. All right guys, so I've just been walking just a little bit. There's a lot of trails in here from past shooting courses and stuff like that, but I've been finding some deer sign. I did kill a buck here on this property about 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm kind of zigzagging my way back through this laurel thick area here. So this is, if you take a look, this is where I'm going down through. But I found my first rub, and it's a pretty nice one. It's from this year. You can see it right here. So it's a pretty nice rub. Got a laurel bush around it, but that's an old one from this past deer season. So just taking my time working through here, trying to find some deer sign. A lot of tracks walking on the road as I was going through here. It's going to be hard to spot a shed for sure in this stuff, but I'm just going to kind of work my way through and try to keep my fingers crossed and see if I can see something. It's thick in spots here, so getting through it is a little bit of a challenge. So bear with me on the video. But it would be cool to find something. Again, just kind of working my way through, seeing some stuff, and I found a couple of deer beds here that I want to show you. So we got one deer bed, might actually be another one, like right over there. But this is a bed here, and then there's a bed right here. So when you take a look at it from the deer's view to see what it looks like, you see what they're seeing. Now, as I'm down here, there's a rub straight down here. We're gonna go take a look at that. But I'm definitely finding sign. I see a bunch of droppings over there, but I'm finding deer beds, and a lot of times this is where we're gonna hopefully find. Oh, there's loaded with deer droppings in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, a bunch of deer droppings in here. Let me see if I can get through here. We'll see this rub that's here. All right. here's this rub. Again, it's from the fall, but it's another buck rub. And this is the stuff that they're hanging out in. And I shot my buck. My buck died over here, but I shot it over here. But I'm just gonna work through this thick stuff. There's a lot of deer beds in here, and you know, we might get lucky. We might find a shed lying in here. All right, so just walking around some more here. Found another rub over here. Found an arrow as well, in pretty darn good shape. It's been here for a little bit because it's faded, but it was just in here. Somebody shot. I don't know where they were shooting, and it's in a weird spot because they didn't have any targets there. But check this rub out. Really nice rub here. Come on this side. There we go. Look at that one there. Good rub. Again from this past fall. So this is where I actually sat over there this past season, and I had a bunch of deer coming down into these laurels here where I'm standing in, where that rub is at, and almost got a shot of the big doe. But wind shifted, swirled on me, and you know what happens when that happens, and the big old nanny gets nervous. So all right, we're in the area. There's sign, just a matter of whether they're dropping, which they may not be yet, but we're out here looking and checking out the area. So I'm just gonna keep gridding it. Hope to find something. I don't even care if it's last year's. I would just love to find one. So I've just been slowly working back and forth, just gridding out this section here. We've got a road that comes across above this, and then a path on the low side. So I've just kind of been gridding back and forth, nice and slow. I have not found any sheds yet, but I have been finding some good deer sign, droppings, rubs. There's a probably the best rub I've seen so far over here that we're gonna go take a look at. Yeah, no sheds, it's over here. Look at this guy right here. That's one heck of a rub. Up there, it's got tine marks all through it, so that's a really good rub. And found quite a few in here. Found deer beds and rubs, just no sheds yet. Like I said, it could be early because of how warm we've had for the winter here. So, but I've pretty much finished gridding this section right here. So I'm gonna come out to this path. Now this leads down to the bottom part of our property right here at the club. So I'm gonna just work this edge over here now down, and then I'm gonna cross over on the low side of the path that's below this patch that I just gridded, and that's where I did kill my buck a couple of years ago, and I want to look in through there. Plus I want to see if we can find a spot that we can maybe start first year for a food plot here. But beautiful day. So I've been working my way back and forth on this side of the road, finding a bunch more rubs, some pretty good ones, a little scrape, lots of deer beds up in these grasses right up in here with lots of droppings and stuff. Came down here and it's not a shed, but something killed something here. We've got, if you take a look here, we got a bunch of feathers from some kind of a bird. Might have been, looks like a pigeon maybe, or something, but they're all spread around here. We got some kind of dropping here. Look at that color. That might have been a hawk maybe, I don't even know. But you can see different color feathers there. That's a dropping. I don't know if it was from an owl, but you get all these feathers laying around here. Or something killed a bird of some sort. I'm not sure what kind of bird this is. It's hard to tell by the feathers. Obviously a bigger bird though, because these look like wing feathers to me. So I don't know. But something got killed right in here. Look over here. Look at all those deer droppings there. So, acorns, but yeah, something got something here. So we're finding stuff. It's a pretty good day so far, walking around, finding sign. Something got something, but just still not finding antlers. So we're just thinking, we don't have a lot of property over here on this side of this path, so I'm just kind of zigzagging it back and forth to the property line, kind of as far over as I can, and then working my way down. Had a couple arrows and a log here from past targets that we had out here, but no antlers yet. Got a good scrape here. Going through there. Your licking branch here. Old one. But that's a good scrape. Just been worked. Lots of deer tracks in it. Well, I have worked my way into the middle section here. This is where I shot my buck, which was actually right over there. Let me see if I can show you. I'm pointing in the right direction. That tree where the arrow's pointing at right there, I was in that tree, and the buck come down from the top, and I killed him and he ran back that way. But I'm gonna grid this because there's a lot of thickness in here where there's beds and stuff, but I wanted to come down to this open area down here underneath these pines because I saw something and it looked like bone, and it was white. And we have our first find. Unfortunately, it's not an antler, but it is bone. There we go. So it looks like what's left of some kind of a deer. It must be a deer bone. We've got something over here. We've got like a shoulder blade over here as well. So we found some bone. Just not the kind we're looking for that we want to take home, but we're getting there. We did find some. I'm not sure if there's any more of that around. We're going to look around here and see if I can find anything else. You know, maybe it's a dead head laying around here and something drug it over here. So, but we made a find. First find of the day, other than that dead bird we found. So something here. That's been here for a little while though. I'm going to keep looking this area here, and then I'll work my way back up into this section. It's a good rub over here. Right there. It's a nice rub. Finding rubs. I hear geese overhead somewhere. Just not seen them. Head down here. It's wet. Pretty darn wet. We had this part of our property timbered a couple. Oh, check this rub out I just found right here. Just almost walked by. Oh, here, look at this. So here's a rub right here. There's a better one on this pine, on this side of the pine over here. Check this out. Ooh, big. Look at this rub right here. That's good. That's a good rub. High up. Look at the time marks up here from this guy. So he rubbed main rub area here, but tine marks all up and through here. We got deer droppings right down in through here. There's a bunch of droppings over here. Oh, this is loaded with deer droppings all in through here. Wow. That's a really good rub though. Looks like they might have even tried to scrape a little bit underneath that pine. That's good. That's really, really good. Wow. Bunch of droppings right there. Man. Yeah, we had this timbered about 2 years ago or so, and we've let this area go. And we're looking for a spot that maybe we can plant a food plot down in the lower part here where we don't use it for our 3D anymore. To try to make this like a little bit of a honey hole for the people who are members of the club. Boy, this is loaded with deer sign in here. Look at all of this. Down in there. Look at over here. This is loaded right down in through here with deer sign. There are definitely deer moving through here. Alright, I'm going to keep looking. Alright, so I pretty much covered most of this area back over in here. All of the sign that I found for deer is on the low side down in here. Lots of sign, lots of rubs. I must have found about 15-20 rubs down in this little section. Lots of fresh deer droppings. I did find rubs again up on the top part where all those laurels are, which is what I'm thinking is their bedding area. So this is where they're coming down in here and chasing during the rut. That is a bedding area up there. So the heavier sign was obviously down here in the lower as opposed to up top, and that's where you got a lot of foot traffic prior to the season with guys shooting. Down here it's left alone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm crossing, this is an old water line. Actually, it's not an old water line, it goes right up to a water tower that's above the top of our property. I'm going to go over here onto this side of the archery club property, and I'm going to walk this lower area here and see what I can see. I still have not found the shed here, but again, I think it's early for deer to be dropping. It's just been really warm all winter long, but we'll find them soon. We'll see, but so far so good. Getting an idea for next year for season. Still not sure about a spot for the food plot though. There's going to be a lot of work to do if we put one over here, which would be the most logical spot, because I'm thinking you got bedding up in those laurel areas there where it gets really thick. You got a lot of activity down here that shows rutting activity. You're going to want to put that food plot in between the bedding and the rutting activity, which we also have water source down below here. So it's an ideal spot to put it somewhere in here, but we got a lot of clearing that we're going to have to do. But I'm going to head over here now, take a look, see what I can find. All right. So I've been working mostly on the low side of this piece that's on the other side of the water line, and that's where I'm finding most of the sign. I'm actually marked a bunch of scrape line that I've been finding on onyx, and lots of deer sign and droppings down in through here. No sheds yet, but just found another really big rub. Take a look at this thing. We're gonna get up close to this one. Take a look at this and look at, if you can see, the tine marks in that tree where that thing was digging in there. That's just really cool. There's another small rub on this tree here. This tree's rubbed up, and there's another rub over there. So I'm gonna mark this on onyx, and then I'll go mark that one. But what I'm seeing is consistency on the low side through this thick stuff where there's laurels and marsh and whatnot, going right over across straight in line with where all the sign was that I found on the other side of the water line down below. It's all up against water. I got water back behind me here. There was water over where all that sign was. the bedding is up on top. So I'm starting to see a pattern here, and now we just got to figure it out. Hopefully we'll find some sheds in through here as we get later into March and April. I'll be in here walking around looking for more sheds. We're not finding them today, but I'm gonna mark this stuff and just work my way out here. But I think I got a pretty good pattern figured out here of what these deer are doing. All right, I'm gonna keep looking. All right, so I think I've figured out where these deer are crossing from the other side of the road over to here. I've just found an area. I've been following the trail where I've been marking everything, but this area right here, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different rubs right in this little spot right here, and there may be some more over here that I don't see yet. But I'm going to show you these rubs. There's deer tracks all in here, but here's one. There's this one, and then there's a small one on the little tree right there back by it. Bigger rub right here. And then over here on this little pine tree sapling, tore it up pretty good. And then we got fresh deer droppings right here. I mean, those are really, really fresh. So the pattern is low. Everything's staying low. And I think they're crossing from right across there and coming through this bottom. So I think we got an idea of it. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna just work my way back up to the club, but that's pretty much it for today. I don't think I'm gonna find any sheds. So thanks for hanging out with me. It was a productive day. Regardless, we didn't find any sheds. We found lots of deer sign and got a really good idea for next season with hunting up here for archery. And we'll be checking this, and I'll be keeping an eye on it as we get into the summer months. If we can put a food plot in, I think it needs to be over there between that top bedding and where all the bottom sign is, down by the water. I think that would be ideal. It's back in off the road and not close where people can see it, and on our property. So, all right, guys, remember, as always, if you like what you're seeing and what we're sharing with you here on the Bout Huntin YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button. It means a lot to us to have all of your support, and ring that little bell down there. And hey, I'm gonna get going, and I'll see you on the next video.